Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. You ready for hump day?
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo woo!
Man, I love Wednesday for the simple fact of a couple things. After lunch on Wednesday, I consider it the downhill slide into the weekend. I mean, over half the week's over. The teeter-totter has tipped from, we're starting the week to, we're on the downhill slide of this thing. So I always love Wednesday for that. Plus, it gives me an opportunity. Wednesday nights, I do stuff with our youth. Absolutely enjoy that. Today, this bottle put me back a pretty penny, but it's going to be a lot of fun because this is something I've never tried before. And also, I'm going to be giving a lot of this away, which I really, really like. So I always like new people to try new things. I've never tried this. I'm sure that there's probably a lot of other people that haven't tried this out there. This is actually going to be part of the Patreon 6-pack for the month of July. We're rounding into the very last day, month of July. This will be one of the samples that's going in the 6-pack. So looking forward to that. So let's see what we got here. So this is Bardstown Bourbon Company Collaborative Series, Amrut. It's coming in at 110 proof. Now this thing is basic. It's mostly a rye. So I'm expecting a lot of rye notes off of this. 43% is Indiana. This is a 9-year rye. It's a 51% rye, so a barely legal rye. Then 20% of it's an Indiana 8-year 95.5 rye. So a lot of rye there. Then 17% is a Kentucky 14-year. 75% star of the show is corn on there. 15% is a Kentucky 10-year, which is also, is that one 70% corn, and 5% is a Kentucky 11-year, 78% corn on that one. So this one is going to be a rye overall. So this, I've never tried this. I think this is done at a different barrel, Amrut. I don't know anything about it. So if you guys know much about this, you've had some before, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. If you've had this, tell me what your thoughts are. Like I said, this one's pretty penny for this bottle. I think this one cost me like 169 plus tax. I don't know how bad that is in other areas. So I'm looking forward to trying that. Also, if you saw the Sunday video, giving away 2 2-ounce pours, one for that Patreon group in the $5 or $15 range. That'll be after the monthly drawings. There'll be 4 6-packs plus anyone in that free to $15 range that's part of that. A part of the Patreon, you have an opportunity. I'm giving away 3 13th Colony products. I'll be doing some samples on them later this week or reviews on them. Looking forward to it. But let's get into this one right here. So I actually started off my day with a little something to wet the whistle here. I forget how good these are sometimes, these single barrels. Great way to start the day. So let's get into this thing here. This thing has some nice dark color on it. I would say this is more of a dark amber, kind of a reddish brown. If you see it on there, let's see how it sets on the sides over here. And I've had some very good Bardstown stuff, and I've had some Bardstown stuff that I thought was a little bit overpriced. It's always been good, but maybe not for the price point. So the legs are slow to develop on this, so I'm expecting some nice oils in there. Let's see what we get on the nose. So right off the bat, this has a dark fruit, malty type of a note to it. I'm pulling some malt right away on this thing here. So it must be something in the barrel. I think it did say it's like an Indian malt or something like that, but I do pull that right off the nose. Getting kind of a figgy note on it as well. Like I said, dark fruit. Getting some earthy, bready notes. So some of that rye's coming through in there. I'm getting a little bit of the barrel char on there. But it's not overwhelming on there, but I'm getting more earthy notes that I'm getting through there. Some of the rye notes, but that malty note and that kind of a figgy note is really kind of standing out for me. Just off the nose on this, I'm getting some sugars, but I'm really expecting more deeper, richer flavors kind of towards the back of the palate. I get a lot of my sweetness up front, and I get a lot of my darker flavors on the back of the palate. I made mention in a video there that it's just kind of it's going to be, to me. Now this is just thoughts going in. This is going to be a mullet. It's going to be business up front, but party in the rear for me. Those legs were slow to develop, so I am seeing some nice oils on there. Let's give it a taste, see what we got. Oh. So this one got me a little bit up front. There was a little bit of spicy up front, which I like. More across the mid palate, but I'm getting like a chocolate malted milk ball. I'm getting more like a Whopper than anything. I was expecting more of a deep, dark, fruity note, but I got a lot of like a milk chocolate malt ball. Man, I am not mad at this at all. For me, it has this really creamy, chocolatey, malty note. Then with the black pepper kind of in the back, get a little bit of dryness from the oak, from the barrel on there. Do get some of the earthiness and breadiness, but this also has a buttery quality too. So for me, and I may be off on some of the normal things that I like that other people don't like. I do lean into the malt. I like the chocolatiness on this. I like the finish on this. It's giving me a nice little Kentucky hug on it. I'd say it's a medium plus finish on there. Man, this is a dangerous bottle for me. And it's because, at 110, it is drinking so smooth for me. And I know I drink a lot higher proof than maybe some other people do. But at 110, it just coats the palate. It goes down easy. It finishes up with a really nice finish to it. Getting some little different things noting on the back there. Like I said, I got the chocolatey, I got the malt type of thing going on. I'm getting some of the earthiness, some of the rice spice, a little bit of pepper going on. Getting some char going on. But also getting some like this earthiness type of thing on the back, but not in a bad way. There's certain things that can be too herbal and earthy, and it's like you're out chewing on rocks and grass. It's not this at all. It's not like sand in your mouth. This is kind of desserty for me. It's got some very nice sugars, but I mean it's not your typical for me. It's not the typical, a brown sugar or caramel. This is more, like I said, the chocolate to me on this is what's really getting me. So big fan of this up front. Now, would I spend $170 again for this? No, I would not spend $170 for this. If this was half that price, I'd have a backup bottle in a heartbeat. But because you don't want to just keep buying $170 bottles if you're trying to pay your mortgage and things like that, you can't do those things every day. But am I glad to have this in my collection? Absolutely. Am I going to savor every ounce of this? Yes. And I already just committed to giving away 4 samples of this. So some other people are going to enjoy this. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to what some other people's thoughts are on this. So never had this one before. Never, at least the style. I think it was an Indian type of malt type of thing. Definitely love the blends in there. I think the rye and the bourbon show off nice, but I think the finish on it just makes it so smooth. Excellent pour for me. Something that I would have on my bar, but I wouldn't go immediately buy a backup just because it's cost prohibitive for that. Man. Whew. Hope you guys are making it through your week. I'm hoping that if you're having a great time at work. I am so blessed with the people I work with. I say this all the time, but I am. I've been there almost 25 years, and I'm glad to go to work every day. It doesn't happen in all the jobs in all the worlds. There was rough times at any job, including the job I have now, but I've always been happy to go to work. I've been blessed there. Blessed with the people I work with, man. I hope that you guys have that same blessing. I hope your workday goes by fast. I hope your off time goes slow. Most importantly, y'all, Cheers and God bless. Y'all have an amazing day.